You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Just 'cause I walk as if I have oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like suns and like moons, with the certainty of times, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eye, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my sassiness upset you? Don't take it so hard just 'cause I laugh, as if I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. You can shoot me with your words, you can cut me with your lies, you can kill me with your hatefulness, but just like life, I'll rise. Does my sexiness offend you? Oh. Does it come as a surprise that I dance as if I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs?
Not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you.
Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain, I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak miraculously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave.
What immediate results do you hope to achieve?
And so,
Well, we hope to achieve
naturally,
equal rights.
I'll rise. I'll rise. I'll rise.
Good morning. Congratulations to the Skoll team. That was an amazing
Isn't that fantastic?
intro.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
So here we are. This is the kickoff of We the Future, or I want to say, We the Friends.
We didn't even talk about what we were going to wear. That tells you. That's synchronicity.
And what the fun we're going to have today. So I want to take you back in history, and then we're going to fast forward into the future. That's what today's going to be all about. We need everybody's ideas, innovation, and big thoughts. So 20 years ago this week, Ted Turner, the founder of the UN Foundation, announced an audacious gift of $1 billion to support the United Nations and its causes. It changed philanthropy. And 2 years later, Jeff Skoll created the Skoll Foundation. And just a year later, Bill and Melinda Gates created the Gates Foundation. We've been through an era of massive, exciting philanthropy, global changes, governments changing and stepping up, but more importantly, people. People changing the way they behave, people taking ownership of their world. And that's why we all came together today, because that's where it's started and that's where we want to go. I think both Ted and Jeff said their gifts were to empower all of us to make the changes we want to see in our lives. We know governments can't do it all. It requires entrepreneurs. It requires ideas for innovation in financing, better ways to use data, better ways to lift up local leaders, and better ways to change behaviors. So 2 more dates, 2015, the nations of the world, 193 of them, came together to adopt the Sustainable Development Goals and to agree on a climate treaty. All of this work came out of input from 7 million citizens around the world who told us what they wanted, what the world that they wanted in 2030 would look like. And so they gave us a blueprint, but now we have to fill it in and help it come to life. And we know we can do it because we have the ideas here. So we're going to explore a bunch of good ideas today. We hope you will take them and implement them and bring new ideas back, because that's how we are all going to make progress. The goals are critical because there are 17 of them. They cover almost everything that matters in our lives, but more importantly, they are universal. Every single country needs help on gender equity, on ensuring that we send children to bed with a full tummy at night, that we prevent violence in our societies. So we all have work to do. They're inclusive. They leave no one behind. And they need all of us. So we're here, and we're excited about today. We called this We the People, or We the Future, because in fact, the UN's charter that was done 72 years ago says We the Peoples, and that's really what we're about. So Sally, thank you for your ideas on this, and thank you for making it happen. You are always getting beyond better.
Oh,
I love that about you.
Thank you. Well, you are the future, Kathy. So thank you so much for your leadership and for Ted Turner's leadership and for the signal that sent to the world. It's such a pleasure for me to join in welcoming this wonderful group of folks who've gathered from so many countries, so many sectors, to be with us today to reinvent the future that we want to bring about. Through these incredible sustainable development goals, the process for which, as Kathy said, was remarkably inclusive. I think it's no accident that those goals identified right from the get-go that there would have to be massive coalitions that arose among subnational actors, among all sectors of society, civil society, business, and government to bring them about. Jeff Skoll, as Kathy said, has a robust vision for the world. He's in his philanthropy to empower people like all of you here to make the kind of difference that he knows can be made in time to avert catastrophe. We are on a precipice. I think of this really as our third Newtonian law moment, because that third Newtonian law is about the reaction to every action. And I can't tell you whether we're here as action or reaction, but I can tell you that those actions and reactions are making something remarkable happen. I don't know about many of you, but I haven't been on the streets since the late 60s, and I've been on the streets this year. Beginning in January for women, I've been on the streets for climate, I've been on the streets for science, and probably many of you have as well. That's the power of citizenship. That's the power that we are reclaiming, that we know we own, and that will be what propels this vision forward. These sustainable development goals are, as Kathy said, quite a group. 17 goals. I haven't come up with the mnemonic yet to remember them all, but I have a start, and those are the bookends of P, the first P, which is to end poverty. And we're going to hear from our good friend Muhammad Yunus later, who likes to say that poverty should be put in a poverty museum. In this day and age, as Kathy said, no one should go to bed hungry. Children should be able to grow up in a healthy environment. War should be obsolete. We shouldn't have one of the most powerful leaders in the world actually sounding an alarm about wiping a nation off the face of the earth. That shouldn't be happening in the 21st century. But the second P that I remember, that I think of as the bookends, is the 17th goal, which is the goal for partnership. So we're really here as a remarkable partnership. The UN Foundation, we're here in the TED Theater, where so many wonderful ideas have taken flight and gone into the world and made all kinds of change happen. But that P for partnership, for the new coalitions that are emerging, I think holds such promise. A little bit about the program. Thanks to the remarkable partnership between the UN Foundation and the Skoll Foundation, we've put together what we think is going to be a tremendous program. You're going to be hearing from some incredible speakers who are here not to pontificate, but really to share their solutions, their ideas about what's working in the world, which we can get behind and fuel so that it makes the kind of difference that needs to be made in time for the future of humanity to be secured. With that, I think it's going to be my great pleasure to begin the program. And we have two wonderful people to kick us off. Astro Teller from X, who heads the Moonshot program. X is one of the alphabet companies at Google. And what better name for somebody to be in the moonshot business than Astro Teller. And then with him will be Julie Hanna. Julie is also an internet entrepreneur and chairman of the board of the wonderful online lending platform Kiva. So with that, on with the show. And welcome.
WTF. Enjoy your day.
Indeed.